Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the morning show with Angel and Tina. How you guys doing today? Hey, Tina.
Good morning. Monday morning. I think this is going to be like a 4-cup coffee day today.
Is it going to be a 4 cup coffee day? Was your weekend a little rough?
Well, I relaxed like all weekend, but I'm trying to do a watch party. I relaxed all weekend, but
All right, I'll let
I
you do
think
the
it's just,
watch party while I say good morning. While I say good morning to our guest Andrea. Welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing good. Ruth, welcome. Welcome. Ruth's trying to do her watch party too.
Yeah,
We're
right?
very
exactly.
we're very
Me too. We all
casual,
are.
unscripted. We are the bright start to your morning. When Tina and I started the show, it was out of really the necessity as everything was shutting down. Everybody was social distancing, staying at home. We thought, well, for the couple of weeks that we're all going to be home, right? Just the 2 or 3 weeks, let's do this morning show. And now here we are going into month 3 of the show, but we go live on Facebook and then everybody's doing their watch parties. So there's a whole lot of production kind of happening
In the
on
back,
the fly as we're
office,
going.
right?
Yeah. All right. So
And
tell me
now
about
we're in month 3, almost like 60 guests later. And we've had some pretty amazing guests on. Hi, Mr. Eye Candy.
He's filing right now. He got up this morning. What time did you get up this morning?
Can she see me?
No, she can't see you, but we can hear you.
But can you do a cameo?
4 o'clock. Yeah.
Mr. Eye Candy himself has gave us a cameo.
Yeah.
He never
I've
comes
had
on
a lot
camera.
of coffee.
What time did you get up this morning?
4 o'clock.
Jeez. And it's 8
Wait,
o'clock.
hold
So he's
on.
been up for 4 hours.
Why did you get up at 4 o'clock?
I slept really good.
I know, doesn't he look good? He's got some good color. He looks well rested.
Did you guys go outside this weekend?
Yes.
You went out of the house?
I went to my driveway.
All the way to the driveway?
All the way to
How
the
was
driveway.
it? You probably haven't seen that thing in forever.
I didn't. I sat outside. Jay put like one of those, little camper soccer mom chairs out.
Huh?
And I talked to my mom for an hour and a half sitting on my driveway. My thighs are,
Red?
oh, they hurt. Yeah, they are. They're almost like blister hurt. Like they are so sore. So
Wait,
yeah.
up here? Oh wait, I do see a little red right here.
Well, I've got my lights on, so I'm like all washed out, but I am actually very sunburned. I'm very
Really?
sunburned. Mm-hmm.
But was
Yeah.
it good?
It was nice. It was nice. I got some vitamin D. I talked to my mom. I haven't talked to my mom that long like this whole time because
Well, you don't do nothing all day, so I mean, I don't know why you don't talk to her.
I don't do it right. And everybody has been asking, Angel, how do you keep so busy? So on Sunday, I had nothing, and I was like forcing myself to not do work. Right, relax, Angel. Like I have to argue. Relax, don't work. Relax, don't work.
This is you arguing in your head.
Yeah, all day
Relax,
long.
don't work. Relax, don't
Yes,
work.
yes. And because right, if I don't take the time off, right, I'll regret that. So trying to relax, but I need to fill it with something. Like I need to fill it with a project or an activity, because otherwise,
You know what I did this weekend? I organized my whole closet and got, it's already organized, but I love going through my closet and organizing. That's like a fun thing for me.
that is how I relax. But I've done that already, and it never got unorganized because
Yeah,
I
true.
haven't gone anywhere.
Because we
You know what
always
I
wear
did?
our good yoga pants and our bad yoga pants.
I put earrings on. I had not wore earrings like in 4 months or 3 months or whatever
really?
it is.
See,
So
I
I
wear
put 'em-
earrings all the time.
I know
too.
you wear them every day.
Because you
I've
can see
gone-
them.
I haven't put on jewelry. I haven't put on real clothes hardly. I wear t-shirts and yoga pants. I'm barefoot all the time. I'm like on the other
I am barefoot all the time.
extreme. All right, Ruth, how about you? Are you wearing jewelry? Are you getting outside? Are you enjoying the weather?
Oh,
I
somebody
certainly
said
am.
to use cocoa butter to ease the pain of your sunburn.
I have that aloe after sun
Yeah.
stuff on it.
Remember Fernando was that was the day that I was all sunburned. He
Oh.
was like aloe and he said something else. Oh, I think it was cocoa butter. And he said
Yeah.
he was gonna mark it and give it to me.
Yeah, my legs are very sore. They had not seen sun. They had not seen daylight, let alone like an hour and a half of sunshine, right? So sorry, Ruth.
So
Do
sorry,
catch us
Ruth.
up.
That's okay. Yeah, I typically go out about 3 or 4 times a week and walk my dog.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
we take about a 2 mile walk. By the time she comes back, she's exhausted and it's beautiful.
It's
I tell you.
beautiful. Yeah, I had been doing some walks out, but it hasn't, it's been rainy and I walk on this trail, so it's muddy, so I don't want to do that. So I actually haven't been out for a couple of weeks and at all. How about you, Andrea? Have you been getting some sun or are you yeah?
We're getting out there. We're getting out there. We actually, I've been walking as well. And then yesterday we ventured to a water park. So I am red. So
Wait,
a little bit more red than normal.
Where are you at?
I'm in Dallas. I'm in Dallas.
Okay, so I was gonna say there's no water parks are open, but I think Dallas has been open for a while.
We've been opened up a little bit, and this particular water park opened up about a week ago. And so it was my son's birthday, and so we thought we would go and do that, and it was a lot of fun.
How was it? Like, I mean,
I haven't been to a water park.
do you have to like do any masks or like social distancing or anything like that?
No, there's
Not
no
just
mask.
normal?
They do have the social that stay this far apart, when you're in line and things like that. And so they're definitely trying to manage that, but it's kind of hard with a bunch of kids and a bunch of parents.
Well, that would be hard too, to go to a water park and have a mask on.
Right. The workers have masks. The workers had masks. Yeah.
Oh, they do. They do.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah, my daughters work for Disney and in
Mhm.
Orlando, and so they're getting ready to open up in about a month. Right, in about a month they'll be opening up, and they've got kind of all these guidelines for making reservations and social distancing while you're there. And I haven't been out hardly at all. I did go get my nails done the other day, and of course everybody has to wear a mask, and only like they used to have like two stations next to each other, and so there's like you have to have a station in between that's empty. And I had to sign a thing that said I had not been on an airplane in 2 weeks in order to go in there. So I don't know. It's kind of bizarre. Everybody's wearing masks and doing their thing, but I have not.
When you get your nails done, all my nail people wear masks.
Well, they do, and now there's like this plastic partition between us too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
so there's this big plastic thing, and you slide your hands in like the mail slot,
Right.
and you're wearing a mask, and they're wearing a mask, and you have to hand sanitize, and you can't wait in the salon for
You
your
have to wait in
appointment.
your car.
You have to wait in your car, and they can only have a maximum of 10 people, so 5 technicians and 5 clients in at a time. I don't know how long that rule will stay into effect, but I don't know how they'll stay open with only being able to have 5 clients in there at a time. Like that's a slow hour for them to have
No
5 clients in
kidding.
there.
And you're like, what if you get the works done? What if you're getting like your nails done and a pedi and you're, waxing?
No, I think my lash people are at. I just don't know that they'll be able to stay open. I just don't know they'll be able to stay open with that many. These are my problems, right? My lash people have
It's
close.
third world problems,
I know, very, very first world problems right here. Right? So, but I did get some sun, and I got way too much sun sitting out there. But I did chat with my mom, and it was nice. And I did take the day off, the whole day.
Well, I mean, you did text me a couple of times, but
that was on Saturday.
oh
That
yeah,
was on Saturday night. She's like, Angel, are you relaxing? I said, yeah, I am. She's like, okay, well, let me ask you this. And how about this question? And how about this question? And I was like, well, I was relaxing. Did you work on your book?
I did. I got. I think I'm on 4 and 5 chapter. The chapter is 4 and 5. So I got all my, like I told you, I'm like doing everything that is in the ABCs of exposure. So like I'm looking and I'm like, oh, she has her acknowledgments. So I do my acknowledgments. And that's like 2 pages. Oh, she has her introduction. We do my introduction. Oh, she has a product. Okay, I'm gonna do that too. Oh, she has a forward. Who's gonna write my forward? So I asked that person.
Yeah.
And then I went, oh, she has testimonials. I'm gonna get testimonials from all these people. I have all their names in there. And I was like, okay, so what else do I need? Oh, she has talk about her Media Mastery Live. Oh, I'm gonna talk about my connection to client blueprint. So I went in there and did that. And then I did my dedication page for all my, for my kids.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So mine's probably like starting on page 50, like yours.
Yeah. My book doesn't officially start until page 27. I talk about a book style where you can get a book out in 90 days, but it's a very specific formula. And yeah, book that one, it's only 75 pages because the first 25 are all these.
So I got this in, when did that? February. And the other day I was like, oh, I need a book to read. So I went and took a detox bath, and I texted her while I was in the bathtub. And I said, you're a freaking genius. And she goes, what did I do this time? And I said, so to be honest, I'm just now starting to read your book. And I'm on page 50. And the first 25 pages were like
nothing. They're just filler. They're filler. They're just filler.
And I said, you're a freaking genius.
Andrea, do you have a book? Have you published a book?
I have. So interestingly, I've written 2 young adult type books that I worked on getting published for a while, but no, I don't have any published books, but I definitely have several leadership books in mind that I plan to work on in the coming years. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
What kind of young adult books are they?
So one was, well, it's more middle grade. So a young girl who was a basketball player and, didn't make the team and, just comes into her own and confidence and that kind of story, which was just a lot of fun to write. And then the other one was called Defining Normal, which was about a girl who befriended her best friend or her next door neighbor who has autistic, is on the autism spectrum, and just about their friendship and how they learned, just from each other.
Are those published?
No, they're not. So I spent a couple of years going to different children's writing communities and just really honing the craft because, gosh, I had no idea how hard it is to write a book, and so did that and worked on it, and then life took over and kids and work and all of that kind of stuff. So I put it on the back burner, but I definitely am interested in getting back to it at some point.
Well, Angel helped me get to #1 bestseller on Amazon with my gratitude journal.
This
so
is good to know.
She can help you get that book out. And guess how many days it took me to write this baby? And look how thick it is.
That's a thick book. How many
60 days.
60 days.
Wow. Okay.
60 days. We don't mess around here.
We don't mess around here. And I hit #1 bestseller in 3 categories.
That's amazing. That's so awesome.
Yeah, we helped Sandra with her book, Power of Investing in You, do her bestseller campaign and get that out there. So
she's pretty amazing. She can help you get those 2 books out there to help those middle school girls. I would hate to be in middle school right now. Oh, I hated middle school.
It's not really, you're not really in school right now. It's gotta be so different. It's gotta be so different. How about you, Ruth? Are you an author?
I have written my book, but I haven't touched it. It's just sitting there. Mine is not as sunshiny and as fun, but it's around teaching teenagers how to spot abusers and to train them while they're young, because a lot of people, we have this misconception that domestic violence starts as an adult, when in reality, domestic violence typically starts in the teenage years. And so that is where my focus really is.
Wow.
That's so
important. That's powerful. That is powerful, right? Okay, so what have you guys been doing during the last few weeks? What have been the big projects you've been working on, Ruth?
My TV show.
Tell us about your TV show.
Oh my gosh. So it's called The Raw Draw. And a lot of my friends still don't know that I'm actually producing and hosting a TV show.
Well, now you know that she is going to be famous one day.
Absolutely. So The Raw Draw is a dating TV show where I am going to be testing people's expectations. Are they unrealistic or not? We are going to find out. And they will be faced with the person of their dreams on TV. Now,
Wow.
is that match going to say yes or no? We don't know. We'll see.
How much fun. Okay, so that's super exciting. And we are going to talk about that because the Raw Draw is going to be featured on the ZTV network, correct?
Correct. That is
Right.
correct. The award winning.
Award winning. I know. We are so excited for her.
And
So,
the sponsor for the Angel and Tina morning show.
I
where
know,
we're
right?
gonna go syndicated this week.
Here's this little, let's just start. Let's do some Facebook Lives. Let's just start this morning show. And now we are, we're working with an award-winning executive producer, streaming TV, having it produced. Like it's going crazy. It's going gangbusters. And Andrea, I know you're also producing a TV show on the ZTV network. Do you want to tell us about it?
I am, and we just filmed. Super excited, and I don't think many of my friends know either, Ruth, so I'm with you, but they do now. It's called Girl Talk, GYRL Talk, and it stands for Genuinely You Real Life Leadership. And it's all about helping to showcase a genuine woman leader and just how she's come to realize how to be more genuine in her leadership, how to lead with both her heart and her head, talking about the struggles, but also talking about the triumph and how she overcame that. So I think it's going to be really helpful to women leaders just in navigating the politics and the pressures and the peoples in different organizations. So I'm excited about it.
Excited.
That sounds
I'm excited
awesome.
for both of you.
I love the way you spell girl. That's awesome.
Yeah. Did you make that up for the TV show or did you already have that acronym?
So my company name is Genuinely You Leadership. And cute story, my son wanted to make up my logo for me. And he had put the initials GYL. And when I saw it, I just immediately saw R, girl, in the middle of it. And that's when I realized that there was a lot of opportunity with girl. So, yeah.
I love that. How old's your son?
He is 10.
What?
Oh,
And do you have your logo handy with you right there?
I don't.
Oh, I was saying, I want to see that logo. How did he create that? How awesome.
It's not actually the one I ended up using for my logo, but he
Oh.
definitely helped inspire. So
I love it.
do you have any other kids?
I do have a 7-year-old too, and they're two boys, both boys,
boys.
so they're a lot of fun.
So was
Yeah.
it the 10-year-old or the 7-year-old that had their birthday this weekend?
It was the 7-year-old.
The 7-year-old. Okay, right. And so you got to go to the water park and celebrate his birthday, which is super fun. Yeah, my birthday is coming up, and I told Jay, I'm like,
Well, no. Oh, hold on.
hold on.
You have a big birthday coming up.
Milestone.
It's not just a birthday, it's a milestone.
It is a
birthday.
milestone. I'm gonna be 50. I'm gonna be 50 in 6 weeks. In 6 weeks, we got a Peloton back in February, and I want to ride my 500th mile, like not necessarily
that day?
my birth, not necessarily on that day, but like around that day. I want to hit 500 miles on the Peloton, and I'm right on track. I think I have. Well, there's 6 weeks to go, so I don't remember. I was counting, but yeah.
You're like, if I want to ride 500, I've already rode this. How many average would it take me to ride this?
Yeah, so it's like riding 100 miles a month. So from like the middle of February, so to February, March, April, May, June, July, it was 6 months, right? So maybe it was 5 months, maybe it was only 5 months, and I had set the goal. So it's about 100 miles a month. So I'm right on track. And so I've never been
a birthday. I think we should have a big party.
I know. I don't know.
Like
I was like, we had a virtual happy hour last night. And they're like, let's go out. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I've just gotten some use.
I've
like turned into
out
a mole.
anywhere.
I know. I have turned into like a little mole. I live underground. I live in my house. Everything's delivered. I have what I need. And I was supposed to travel last week to go to Vegas to speak to an event at a small event. And I woke up in the morning that morning and freaked out about traveling. I was so busy, and there was the riots, and there was so much going on. I'm like, I'm just going to stay home. And I ended up canceling my trip. I was freaking out about like just this stress and the anxiety about going.
You did have a pretty busy week too, but
Well,
I think with everything, with the coronavirus and the riots going on, and it being in Vegas too.
Yeah, there was a lot. And I hosted my 3-day boot camp, and I was going to try and manage it.
Like, this is her. So Tina,
a lot.
Monday and Tuesday, I'm going to do the morning show from Colorado, and then I'm going to do the Media Mastery day 1. So I'm going to need you to help do this, this, and this. So after Media Mastery, I'm going to fly to Vegas. Then the next morning, I'm going to do the Angel Tina morning show. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, as I'm describing it to Tina, she's like, okay, yeah, that's a lot.
Like that. Are you sure you want to go? Are you sure?
Have you been, okay, so you recorded, you went in, did you go into the studio, Andrea, and record?
Yeah, we went to the studio, we recorded and did all of that fun stuff. We did all the different episodes, and so it's moving, which is great.
How many episodes do you have in the can?
In the can, six different episodes.
Wow.
So, and it was
a long time to come up with all the content.
Well, luckily I had these amazing guests who came up with, brought all their great information and insights. And it was just, I walked away going, I mean, I learned so much just listening to them. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Did you record all 6 in one day?
We did it in 2 days. We did it over 2 days.
Okay.
We did 3 episodes a day, which I was super worried about, just my energy level. But I mean, I left going, oh, I want to go back. Is it over? It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Ruth, have you started
where are you at in your stage?
I am actually, my show is a little complicated. And so I've already picked out the place. I'm actually going to go look at it on Wednesday, where we're going to be shooting. Is an amazing studio in Plano. I've already done like the semi-scripting. And so we just got to test it out and see how it goes and start casting for the show.
So you need some single people.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Are you gonna do like a Craigslist thing to find them on Facebook, like calling all single people?
That's one of the things that I plan to do, but I'm also a matchmaker. So yeah.
I wonder if I should get.
Should you go and be on the show and find
should I go and find my perfect match?
You're more than welcome to.
She's like,
I don't know if anybody can handle this though.
Well, we would find out. What better place to find out, right? All right. Well, let's get to know our guests a little more. We're gonna start with Andrea. We're gonna read her bio with her talking about her new TV show, of course, on the ZTV network. ZTV is a sponsor of the morning show with Angel and Tina, and so every week we bring on a couple of her producers to talk about the programs that they're doing. And if you've got a TV idea in mind and want to be featured on digital streaming in, what does she have on 7 different streaming channels?
Roku, Hulu.
Right?
We're gonna be big time.
Amazon Fire. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Like we're all gonna go big time.
All right. So Andrea coaches women to lead more genuinely while creating wins for their organization. She started her company, Genuinely You Leadership, with the desire to help driven women lead with more purpose and peace. And of course, her new show, was it Girl Talk?
Mm-hmm.
Girl Talk on streaming TV is coming out. When does it start?
This fall.
In this fall. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so just a few months away.
That'll be here before
we know it. Like we're already in June.
Yes.
Okay, so what made you think, okay, I'm ready for the big time? Right? What was that little catalyst, or what were the series of things that led you to ZTV to decide I'm gonna take this and do a TV show?
Yeah. So basically it kind of started a little bit before that. So I was in a role, that role ended, and I was sitting there going, okay, what next? You know, I thought that I was going to be in that role for a long time. And I really just started praying and really got this mantra of, I want my next thing to get me closer to my end thing. And I always knew that my end thing was women's leadership development, coaching, speaking, writing, all of that in the personal development space. But that just seemed really far off, like when I retired, like one day when, you know? And so I just thought I'm just going to inch closer and closer. And I thought I would go into corporate HR. I would do something that would just get me a little bit closer, but just really felt God saying, no, not 10 to 15 years from now. Now you're ready. And I had to really reconcile that in my head. But soon after I did, I started Genuinely You Leadership, all about helping women. And it's really from my own leadership struggle, because I struggled a lot with leadership. It wasn't easy for me. And I just want to shorten that time frame for women, get them a little bit more on a fast track where they can figure out who they are quicker, and lead from that perspective. Because I think sometimes we end up with so much anxiety and other things happen when we're in the leadership pit, because we're trying to meet all these expectations of all these people and our own high expectations of ourselves and comparison and all that stuff. And so when I met Zandra, I had just, informed my company when we met, and we were talking, and we just, Zandra, I hope everybody gets a chance to talk with Zandra, because she's just an amazing leader and lady and just such an inspiration. And when we started talking, it was like, hey, let's do a show. And pretty quickly, I realized that I wanted to do Girl Talk. I wanted to interview other women who had gone through something similar, to showcase them and just to show it's possible. We don't all have to live in this place of extreme stress and overwhelm and all of that while we're leading. We can enjoy the process. So.
Love that.
Yes. So how long ago was that when you lost the position that you thought you'd be in forever?
Okay, so now it's almost been, I guess, 10 months ago.
Oh, not long ago at all.
Wow.
No, not long ago at all. I started my LLC in December, launched in January, and then Zandra and I started talking, I guess, in March or April. So
Did it freak you out? Like, okay, I'm trying to start this whole business right at the time that everything seems to be shutting down. Did that fuel you or freak you out?
A little bit of both. I think that at the beginning, because I was supposed to start a big training program in April, actually. And so it was like I totally had to pivot. And so I think I just saw when Zandra and I were talking, it was like, okay, this is the pivot. It's a big pivot. It's very different than what I thought I was going to be doing. But it made a lot of sense, because my program before would have only allowed for 12 to 15 women to go through it. And now I get to reach more women with the message and the insights and the learning. So it's been really cool.
It is to watch, right? The opportunities and even when you talk about the exposure and the scaling up and the impact. Remember when I first went into radio, we were training and teaching, and I thought, I could sit in a room and, talk to 25, 50 people, or, we could be on broadcasting and, have this bigger audience and this bigger reach. And so digital, of course, is the new trend, and all the new opportunities that everybody is looking for are there, but most people don't know, like where do I even start? And one of the things that Zandra does is her incubator. So are you going through her incubator? Are you part of that training process?
I am there. I'm right beside Ruth. We are in the process with her, and I'm telling you, she just makes it so easy. And she just gives us all the tools. She even just contracts, things that we need, even help with contractors to help us, when we're putting on our show. So she has really been a light, because I wouldn't have any idea. I would have no idea. So it's nice to have her as a guide who's been there and done that, and can help us not to navigate it without kind of falling into some of the pits, right?
What brought you into the business that you're in now? What made you start the girl talk and Genuinely You?
It was just this passion for helping women leaders. I started my career, and I got into management probably when I was like 25, 26 years old. And so I was just young, and learning, and I didn't even know what leadership was all about. And it's taken me 15 years to really kind of get in my groove with it. And I think because it was painful for me, and I don't want that same experience for other women. I want them to, leadership looks like this beautiful, wonderful thing. And there are so many things that are wonderful and beautiful about it, but there's a lot of pressure there. And there's a lot of navigating different situations that can just lead us down the pit of anxiety and depression and other things like that. And so I want people to know there's a light and they can get back on solid ground.
I love it. I love it. What's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
The best way right now is really to follow me on Instagram, and they can contact me on Instagram as well, but that's where I have all my leadership information and tips and videos. And that's also where they can find out when Girl Talk launches. So Instagram, follow me on Instagram.
I love it.
What's your Instagram handle?
It's Andrea.Crum_. So,
we have to get the girl talk. We'll have to get the girl talk.
We need to get out at Girl Talk.
Yeah. I need Girl Talk. Yes. Right? Yes.
I imagine nobody has it spelled like that, right?
No.
I mean, that's very unique.
Think not.
Right?
I would think not.
Yeah. So we'll have to get all matchy. That's my very official term for marketing, right? Making sure everything's all matchy. Right.
I like it.
You know, I did that on a conversation with somebody and they're like, I like that. I'm like, it sounds so, I don't know, unprofessional to me. I wish I could come up with something else more professional, but it's the phrase
it's a hashtag angel nugget, just like Gritchy.
Yeah, I know. I have my own language. I just totally have my own language, right? All right, well, let's chit chat with Miss Ruth, another TV producer, using her expertise in the dating field as a matchmaker, knowledge of human behavior, and past relationship experiences. Ruth helps singles every day through coaching, matchmaking, public speaking, and podcasting. She is working on producing and hosting a dating TV show called The Raw Draw, where she'll provide her guests and the audience sound advice on dating and give the Dallas-Fort Worth singles another venue to feature themselves. She'll also be matching them up on the show. She volunteers teaching teens and adults about love and healthy relationships as part of her life's mission to help 1 million people find love. That's a pretty sweet mission, Ruth.
Ooh, it's a pretty huge calling, yes. But of course, I'm not doing this alone. I have an entire army of people out there helping me in my podcast. So yeah.
All right. So do we have like the little hashtags? How many people have you helped find love so far?
I'm working on a system right now so that I can start keeping track.
Because it'll happen before you know it, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because really, you only have to find half a million because they're going to be in love with the other half.
And that's a million.
There you have, right? Like that's because
the math.
In the math works, right? And so I only have to actually help 500,000 find their mate.
There you go. What made you jump into this field?
I've always tried to match my friends up. And then one day I was watching Grey's Anatomy and there was a matchmaker on there. And I was like,
Grey's Anatomy to bring you a business idea, right?
Yeah, right. I was like, wait a minute, is this a thing? I've been doing this for free forever. I'm like, what?
I mean, I can get paid for this? I should have been charging my friends for this whole time.
Exactly. So I was like, you know what? And so I started Googling, matchmaking and all that stuff and just started getting to the industry. It's just amazing. Of course, there's a lot of challenges with it. I mean, we're dealing with, look, you want to see people at their most raw, become a matchmaker. Okay. It doesn't matter if you're a CEO, a VP, whatever. You will see people at their raw.
What do you think is the hardest thing to find their mate?
Their expectations. People tend to box themselves up in these little tiny, and this is the reason why we came up with the raw draw. So people box themselves up. I would only date women who are under 130 pounds. I would only date women who are blonde and blue eyes. I will only date men who are 6 feet and up. That is huge.
Really?
Oh my gosh. Girls, women, this height thing, they have this obsession with height. And let me tell you, the average American man's height is 5'9". Mm-hmm. That is the average. So you're missing out on millions of possible amazing
men. And then
men.
the same goes for the men. The average woman doesn't weigh 130 pounds.
Correct. That is correct. And just because you have a couple of pounds on you does not mean you're not athletic. So we have all these, we have all these misconceptions.
A little curve is a little sexy, like we eat.
Right?
How about that? How about
Listen,
that?
I'm Spanish, so I got a lot of extra curves. I mean,
I'm with you.
definitely not 130 pounds.
We create this image and this persona of what this person, what this person looks like, right? This idealistic. And of course, even most men actors, right, are in that 5'9", 5'10", right? Height, right? And like famous actors. So celebrities and, great guys, right? But even like how we want them to behave or respond, or we want their, with their personality and their behaviors, like we have this idea of, you're right, we put them in a box, and yet people, like, we're a little more complicated than that, I would
What
think.
are some of the top things that women are looking for, that you think, besides the 6'2"?
Oh, I have one that wants 6'3" and above, honey.
Is she tiny?
She's only 5'9".
Okay, right. Well, she wants to wear high heels, right?
Yeah, true.
Platforms, and has
Yeah,
to
I'm a shorty. I wear 4-inch heels everywhere I go.
Thing about having to like stand up on your tippy toes to kiss them or something like that. Like I don't know.
I guess.
Okay, high heels and an amazing man who loves you and cherishes you.
Yeah, weigh your options, right?
The shoes or the man?
Well, I don't know. That might be a tough decision for me.
Right.
Mine is usually chocolate or the man, not shoes too much, but the chocolate.
Okay, so what other top attributes are they looking for?
So the biggest are the height, income.
That's what I was thinking. Money.
Huge. And here's the funny part. Usually men who make mid six figures or above, guys don't really care about how much the woman makes, as long as she's working and she's got her own thing going on. That he doesn't want to be a sugar daddy. Women want their equal. Women who make six figures or above, like mid six figures, they want their equal. They don't want
to be a sugar mama either.
Exactly. No, but it's more like I don't know if it's a respect type of thing, but I always explain to women, we are the stronger sex. We are. Look at you. You wrote a book. You're taking care of your kids. You're doing all of this stuff, right? Most men can't do all of that all at once. And so, ladies, we need to cut guys some slack. Just a little bit.
Just they can't compete with us?
No, never. Are you kidding me? Beyonce popped out a baby and was on stage a couple days later.
Right?
That is only a woman's strength. That women, we are so powerful and so amazing. We can run a business, take care of a family, cook dinner all at the same time. So we need to cut guys some slack. So what happens is we women get educated, we start making money, we are on the ball, we are bosses, and then we expect men to be the same as us. That's not going to happen.
So Ruth, are you kind of like Hitch, in that you kind of train them up for what to do on those first couple of dates, on how to put their best foot forward or how to be more open? Or is it more like, I'm going to send you out and hopefully, the algorithms and all of my matchmaking did the trick? Or where does your service fit in there?
I do both.
Matchmaker, make me a match.
Where did that come from?
Fiddler on the Roof. And Hello Dolly was based on the story, The Matchmaker. So I've got all these musical things going on in my head right now. Like movie after movie after movie, which is why she's going to be on TV, right?
Right. I love it.
So do you train them?
As a coach, okay, there's a difference between a therapist and a coach. And a therapist will sit there and listen to you. So if you want somebody to listen to you, that's fine. Go ahead and hire a therapist. If you want to change your life, hire a coach. I'm going to put you in a metal chair with one light bulb in the basement, and we're going to get this work done. Okay. That's a coach. And so the thing is, you have to be ready for that though. So some of my clients think they know it all, think they got it. And the only reason that they're single is because you need to go get me my man. And that's that. You know what I mean? So those people are not coachable, and I can't coach them. I just send them out. And I'm like, listen, good luck with that. When you fall, let me know. I'll be here whenever you need me. And so, but then there's other people that are enlightened. They want enlightenment. They're like, what am I doing? What is going on? Why do I keep going on date after date after date? What am I doing wrong here? And so that's when I sit down and I coach them and I listen, you need this, that. And you get results. You really,
Well,
really
it's
do.
almost like you need like an app. Like I was telling a friend of mine, so hopefully nobody steals this idea, because I was like, we need to do this. So it's like almost you like need this app to find those non-crazy ones, you know, because you know you get some of those crazy ones. I've gone on some dates with some crazy people.
And Andrea, are you married?
I'm married. Yeah.
How long have you
17
been
years.
married?
17 years.
17 years.
Mhm.
Ruth, are you married?
I am.
How
I
long?
am. 6 years going on 7.
Okay. All right. And
See,
Tina,
so I'm
you're a single
I'm-
girl.
I'm the only
in the bunch.
single chick here
You're the single one in the
for
bunch.
right now until, you know, somebody snatches me up.
Until she
Right.
goes on the
Till
raw draw.
Ruth gets her hands on you.
Right?
Right? It's gonna go on the raw draw. People will fly in from around the country to be on your show, Ruth.
Yes, it's gonna be amazing. I just love the work because I believe that the more people in good relationships are in the world, the better our community, the better our world. We are not meant to be alone. We really aren't. So
Right. And so how is dating happening? Like how has this social distancing impacted people finding love and dating?
people are actually very open to Zoom dates.
Mm.
That's what I've been doing. I've been matching them up. Now they get really creative. I love it. They actually share each other's recipes, and they'll do like a cooking date where they cook each other's favorite dish and then they sit down and eat it. They also sometimes they order Grubhub and have dinner together. I always tell the guys, bring flowers and put them in front of your screen. Make sure that your background is clean and pretty and dress up and look good. And there's games, there's movies they can watch, there's all kinds of stuff.
So do you teach them that, how to be creative? Do you give the ideas for how to do creative Zoom dates?
I sure do. I sure do.
That sounds like fun to me.
She's like, I would have definitely done that.
I'm all for Zoom dating right now.
Right?
Right. And being creative. I have a friend, he makes martinis.
I'm surprised eye candy hasn't went.
I know. He's like, wait a minute, you want to do
Like,
what?
what?
And so I told him, I said, like, next time, give us all the recipe, right? Or get all the ingredients and we'll make martinis together. And right, there's a lot of things that you can do wherever you are. But I was also reading something about how because of the streaming technology, that for women, like it's less risky, right? To be to do some of these dates, right? I mean, there's a lot that we're missing out on physical touch and interaction and intimacy, but for the meeting part,
Yeah.
right? Like you're already home.
You don't have to meet the crazy ones. You don't have to have this
You don't have
like
to go to the
fake phone call.
bartender.
Oh my God, I'll be right there.
Right? Right? You're like, it's just a little bit of a safe environment to get to know people. As long as, but then again, I don't know, like is it like catfishing, like where they like tell you they're like this one person, but they're really like something else? Can you do that as much? Or is that a lot happening on Zooms? Like I tell you, I'm this rich billionaire living on my yacht and I'm really like in the trailer park down the street.
Well, you can always Google them, and I suggest that. So, I mean, seriously, Google them.
Well, I haven't dated. I haven't dated
like
for a long time.
Thank God, Angel, because it is a very hard thing to do. Let me tell you.
I imagine, like, my heart goes out to you, darling. That is the one thing that like is not on my to-do list right now, and I don't have to think about that.
Right.
but I was like, how do you date? How do you get to find the one if you can't go out and see them, like catch their eye from across the room, or, go for the same cantaloupe at the grocery store? Or, I don't know, like, I don't know, like, where do you meet people?
That's not how it usually happens, by the way. But okay.
In
Angel and
movies.
her husband met
In
like at
movies.
a network marketing company like years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
We did. We met at an Amway meeting. Like, now they're not having those now. Do you meet at network? Like, because now even if there's a bunch of people in the room, you're not really meeting the other people that are there.
That would be interesting if somebody met. Oh, we met, back in the day when we had coronavirus, we met on a Zoom summit behind closed doors, like in the comment section.
Right? She commented this and he commented that, and it was comment at first sight.
Right? And from there, we just had Zoom meetings for the next 6 months.
Right, because they could probably not even in the same space. Okay, so Ruth, when is your show coming out, or what are some plans? How do people get in touch with you?
In the winter, and I am working on my handle today, which will be the Raw Draw TV.
Because everything's got to be matchy, right? Like
exactly.
all the social media, all of that. Yes.
Everything. So the website is up. It's still a bit of a shell, but people can get in contact with me, and I can definitely let them know how they can be on the show, how they can be a part of it. It's the rawdraw.tv. So the rawdraw.tv. You can go on the website, contact me. I'll send you the forms, and I'll let you know exactly how you can take part of this amazing show and hopefully find the love of your life.
Okay, so before that though, you're doing matchmaking, right?
Yes, currently, yes, I am.
So how do we find you for Zoom date ideas and matchmaking?
RuthMatchmaker.com.
RuthMatchmaker.com.
Very
right.
easy.
Did you write that down?
Hold on. What was it again?
RuthMatchmaker.com. And if you want some dating tips, and I've interviewed a lot of amazing folks. The last person I interviewed was actually, she was a victim of human trafficking. That was a really good podcast. So it's Dating Truth with Aunt Ruth. That's the podcast.
Dating Truth with Aunt Ruth. Married people need dating tips too. So, right? Like,
gotta keep the fire alive.
Yes.
Yeah. Somebody gave me a really good piece of advice for staying married, and they said, keep dating each other. Like, rather than like other people.
That's a good advice.
Good one. That second piece is a really good one.
A little clarification there.
Just a little bit.
I forgot to mention one thing. When it comes to virtual dating, there's two things that people look for. So the first thing, we become beauty pageant judges, right? And the second thing is we become psychologists. Those are primarily the two things on the two ways we choose a mate. And both of those things can be weeded out on a Zoom date. So you can actually be the judge, the beauty pageant judge, and you can actually ask questions and get to know this person, and always trust your instincts.
So Ruth, we had a gal on last week who teaches financial literacy, and she talks about knowing their financial situation before you marry, right? Knowing so do you encourage people like to look up each other's like credit scores or anything like that, or does that come later on in the process?
Much later.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what she said too. She said like the third or fourth date.
Tina and I like, so do we ask that? Like, what's your credit score before we go out on a date? What's your debt to income ratio? I would have never gotten married. Jay and I would have not been a good match had we had to be financially compatible before we went on our first date. But it worked out all right. It worked out okay.
I think it worked out okay. Seeing 27 years later.
There were some few rocky years in the middle there, but we
at the 7-year itch.
There was 7, 13, 27. Oh wait, that's the year we're in now.
It was that time with the coronavirus. We had to see each other all the time, 24 hours a day.
She's always here, right? She's always in the room. She's always here, right?
Are you getting that right now? Because they said that there was going to be either a lot of babies being made during this time or a lot of divorces being made at this time.
We don't have the right plumbing to make any more babies right now.
Right.
So thank goodness for that. Right? I am going to be 50. Did I mention that? I am going to be 50. But you know, we've gotten along really well, right? It's actually been very enlightening because you don't really know, right? How is being together all the time? Because I get wiggy.
4/7.
Yeah, I get to a place where I'm just like, I need my space. I need a break.
You get gritchy?
I do. I'm like, could you just not be here all the time?
You go take a 5-hour bike ride.
But he does. He does. He goes for these long bike rides, and I sit in this chair all the live long days. So it kind of works out all right. So
And you guys have your partition.
yeah. So his desk is on the other side of my curtain. You stay on your side, I'll stay on my side, and
Stay over
somehow
there
that
and
works
don't come over here.
out. And he puts his headphones in when I'm over here talking. So yeah, we've figured it out. We were gonna go visit my kids. My daughters live in Florida, but we thought 5 of us in their little apartment gets to be pretty crowded after a little while. So we're gonna see if we can get them here one more time before they have to go back to work. But now we're worried about will they have to 2-week quarantine when they go back, and so we're trying to schedule that and plan all that, and it's really bizarre. I'm trying to plan my next 3 months of marketing and schedule.
Well, it's hard to plan because you're like, am I going to stay here again? Because if I stay here, then I can get all this stuff done. But if I have to travel again, which I don't want to do.
No, it is so, it's just this flux. Like, are we home or are we out? Like, let your yes be yes, your no be your no. It's this ambiguity, and it's this complication and confusion, and like, we can travel except for you can't. You can be out except for when you can't. You can be together except for where you can't. So like,
You have to wear a mask unless you don't have to.
right? Yes, it's very bizarre.
Unless you go to the water park.
Unless you go to
Yeah,
the water
so
park. And then
water
the
parks.
employees do the mask, but then you have to still stay 6 feet apart from each other and be careful when you're touching people in the water.
Don't be touching people in the water, Tina.
You know, right?
Don't be touching people. Well, ladies,
You gotta
you've
learn
been
that.
so much fun. I'm so excited for both of you to see your new shows coming out, to be producers, one day award-winning producers for your show, which is super exciting. Upcoming authors, podcasters, all of that. Love what you're doing just to inspire others. And during this time, to go out and to create something really amazing and impactful in light of how the world has been at a challenge, right? It's been challenging times, that's for sure. So thanks so much for hanging out with us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
I can't wait to see both of your guys' shows. They're both so interesting, especially like the dating one.
I can't wait
It's
for
gonna come out.
Ruth's show.
So let her know, Ruth. She will fly out, right?
And,
What
oh,
was that like today?
absolutely.
I'm sure Sasha would be all over that. Oh my God, yes, I need to find Tina a man.
Well, it is kind of fun having our token single lady in the crowd. She keeps us.
I mean, I was married for 20 years, you know. I mean, he didn't stop dating, but you know,
You didn't know about the clarification.
I mean, he never got that memo to, you know, stop dating the whole time.
Date Tina, date Tina, right? Yeah, little nuance, right?
Yeah.
When somebody told me that, I thought, oh, that's funny.
Yeah, right?
Oh my gosh. Well, we are just coming off the high of our Media Mastery Boot Camp was last week. It was so exciting to do a 3-day virtual event, and how times have shifted. I fell in love with 3-day events.
Let me tell you, all of the people that were on there, I'm just seeing all the comments. They're like, oh my God, I'm implementing this. I'm implementing this. I'm implementing that. I have my book started.
There's so much coming out of it. Well, you're going to start seeing stuff for our next Connect Summit coming up June 23rd. I know Jay said to me, he's like, Angel, I couldn't find the Eventbrite link for that. He said, yeah, I haven't created it yet. So that's coming. I
We
promise
got
you,
that on our to-do list.
it is on my to-do list. So this was my little to-do list I made in the kitchen yesterday when I wasn't working, right? Because I have to get it out. As long as I get it on a list, then I'm like, okay, I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll get to it tomorrow. So
what's on your to-do list today?
Wrapping up Connect 4.
Tina the list.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Getting Connect 5 all up and running with our Zoom link, our speakers, our email swipe, our graphic, our Eventbrite link. Yeah, all of that. Pram, our new program, getting all that organized. PR a month. We're going to do press releases a month, automate that whole piece for everybody.
How amazing is that you took something like a press release and automated it?
Yeah, that was working with my son. He asked me, and he's 22, but talking to our kids, like they just have a clarity around them that you're like, oh, right. Yeah, this is how we can do that. We can tend to get too complicated, but yeah, putting out a press release a month is so critical for small businesses, creating publicity, and that it's something they put on the back burner, and we're going to start automating that for our clients, which is awesome. We have 16 people enrolled in Pram already, and I'm like, look at us go. Like, look at us go. We're pretty excited. And then you've got a workshop coming up on Friday, right?
On Friday, turning your connections into cash flow. And I have like 12 people already registered for that. So I hope you take your clients, the people that you may turn them into clients, turn those clients into cash flow.
It is. Yeah. We are just rocking and rolling, ladies. Like, we're taking over the world. I might only be 5 foot. Nothing. But right. Because I'm
around Angel, I feel really, really tall, but I'm really, really short. So everybody always calls me shorty, but when I'm around Angel, I'm like, oh, I feel really super tall because she's like this, and I'm only 5'3" and a half.
I know. Well, you saw. I've got my platforms. I'm gonna call them my Tina shoes.
Right.
Around
your wedges. She has like these 4-inch wedges. She was like, guess what I'm doing?
I was practicing. I put them on
walking around
because I think I've forgotten how to wear high heels. I put earrings in this weekend for the first time. I had to,
Did you have to dig through the hole?
A little bit.
Really?
Yeah. This morning I put them on again. I'm not still wearing them. I just put them in for like 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, that was good. Because someday I am going to be back out. But I have no jewelry, no scarves, no accessories. It is, and no real waistbands.
No pants.
Only yoga pants. Only yoga pants and stretch pants.
But we were talking about how we have the pajama yoga pants and our day yoga pants.
Yeah, nighttime yoga pant. Yeah, right? Because the other night I was getting ready for bed and I changed my clothes and Jay looked at me. He's like, weren't you just...
Isn't that what you just had on?
Like, how's this different? I'm like, those are my day jammies. These are my nighttime ones. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, check us out at makeyourbigimpact.com, makeyourbigimpact.com. We will put some Eventbrite links out. You'll start to see all of the stuff for the Connect Summit, June 23rd. So it's coming up.
And who knows, you might find your match there.
There could be, right? Yes. So in the summits, is there something we need to be like commenting? Should we put on our, should we doll up? Because it could be, we could actually.
Could be that you could meet the love of your life. Oh, maybe I should do a little extra. I could meet the love of my life online.
Yeah, right. I mean, not here, but there.
Well, you guys are all taken, so
Yeah, we already have our dates.
Yeah.
We already have our dates.
I don't have a date.
You will.
Well, I am Tina Torres. You what?
Are you dating?
No.
Would you date?
Well,
I mean, want to be dating?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of sort of am dating. Kind of. Virtually.
When was the last time you were on a date?
A date?
I mean, it could be a virtual date. Virtual dates count, right?
I haven't been on a virtual date, but a date? Like in February?
All right, well, get with Ruth. She's going to teach you how to put together a Zoom date because you could be dating right now. Making dinner.
It's a numbers game.
Right?
As many dates as I can go on. I don't have time.
As many.
I gotta make
it's
time,
another-
right?
No, it's funny when some clients expect me to find the love of their life in 3 dates. I'm like, really?
Really? Okay, so you
I'm
have
just
to
kidding.
go set up, Tina, do a random Zoom number generator with your dates. So that way it's not your actual Zoom account that they have access to. So make sure you set up a random Zoom generator if it's a first date.
Okay. My tip of the day.
That's my tip. I don't have, because I do that with people. I'm like, I don't know who you are. Here, I'm going to set up a random Zoom generator. So that way you can't.
So they don't pop in at any time?
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
Tina.
my one thing.
I'll be like,
I have no dating advice, but
Right.
I'll give you that. Okay.
yeah, right. I am Tina Torres, your client retention expert, where I take you, where I'm trying to find a date in my life, where I help you create your client for a lifetime, turn those clients into raving fans, and turn those raving fans into cash flow. And you can text the word connection. I'm all messed up thinking about men. You can you can text the word connection to 26786 to receive your 7 ways to increase your cash flow. Right now, we are Angel and Tina on the Angel and Tina Morning Show, where we come to you live every weekday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.